One hand on a rifle, that shit for survival. The other on a Bible, and everything that I do gotta.
You ready?
We're here. Dude, actually, where are we?
Dude, we were like just outside Austin, Texas.
Just outside Austin, Texas. We were at Lake Travis
For a night?
Question mark. Were we there now?
We were supposed to be there for 2 nights, and now we are.
But we weren't even at Lake Travis. Guys, I'm going to clarify. There was an ad for the campsite that Chris was looking at. The campsite looked, listen, I don't blame him. The campsite looked unbelievable. And at the low price of $25, it seemed too good to be true. And let me tell you something.
It was.
It was.
It was goddamn too good to be true, boy.
we got Jebediah here, which is now his actual. He goes by Jebediah in the South.
Yes,
for sure.
The ladies love
too many Jeffs.
A lot of Jeffs.
It's now just Jebediah.
And also, like, Southern people just like Jebediah.
Yeah.
It sounds more.
They're like, are you Catholic? I'm like, I will be tonight.
Are you not actually Catholic?
No, I'm Anglican.
Oh.
So Anglican?
I was convinced he was Catholic even.
Anakin. I'm like an amphibian almost.
You already. Jeb just says no. I knew we were like testing out the mics earlier, and Jeb was like, "Hello, check." And I'm like, "Jeb, talk normal," because then now like he's talking and it's like overexposed. Anyway, we're in Austin, Texas. It said it was the place we were staying last night. Said it was a mile from Lake Travis. It was 17 miles from Lake Travis.
It was like 5 miles to the snake pit.
Yeah, we literally found a pit.
How about that one?
All right, Chris, tell the story. We were going to bathe basically.
Yeah, pretty much. We were sweating our ass off coming from Louisiana, the
bayou, which we'll get into.
And we're like, dude, let's go swimming. There's like a lake right near it. Apparently, that's what it said.
The guy said a mile down the road.
He says it on the ad.
It says on the ad, and the guy said, "Yeah, a mile down the road."
Oh yeah, actually did say that.
So they were walking. I was going for a run, so it wasn't bad for me because it was actually kind of a good run. They legit ended up walking just to this snake pit. It was a straight 2 miles.
Dude.
And then to get to the actual portion that was in a lake, it was another mile.
Yeah.
It was 3 miles to the lake.
We had a couple cold pops,
and
we were good. We were buzzing a bit.
We had the cooler loaded down, so we weren't like too angry, but it was definitely hot as shit.
I was angry because I was running, and then by the time we got there, I'm like, frick, I'm going to have to walk this back.
When you called me, I could hear the rattlers through the phone.
Literally. That's another thing. There was like, there's literally snakes everywhere here. Like, they were like, yeah, you can go check out our paths that we made. We did kill a couple rattlesnakes the other day. Yeah. A couple?
Probably
did you
just
kill
stay
one?
in the van.
But we had a good bonfire and stuff.
That was chill. It actually cooled down kind of.
Cool. I have some sick drone footage, actually, that I'm going to pop up.
I'm kind of horny for that.
Anyway, guys, that's where we are now. We missed last week's podcast. It's the first one we missed. There has been a lot.
Life got crazy.
Life got literally insane, actually. Like, hold on, I'm fixing my thing.
Where do we start? Like from?
I actually don't know where we start. Chris, should we start from where we left off in Chicago? Like, do we go? Let's do a 10-minute recap on Southern Illinois and Omaha, and then boom to Nashville, where Jebediah comes in.
Did we go to Southern Illinois after Chicago?
We went to Southern Illinois after Chicago because we were on the way to Omaha, and it was like only 2 hours out of the way.
Okay.
So we had Simsy there that let us stay.
Yep.
It was actually kind of sick because I thought we were literally going into St. Louis. Turns out,
I thought we were going into the city.
I thought we were going to the city. I asked
you, no, brother.
I was like, do you have a place for us to park? And they were like, are you serious? Like, yeah, we have a place for you to park. And I'm like looking hindsight 2020, that was the dumbest question of all time. Mm-hmm. We pull in. Simsy was like, we're at a party, you know, so when you get here, just pull up to the party. We're like, all right, cool. We were 10 minutes away from the party, and we were on gravel roads going through corn jucks.
For like miles.
We changed like in the middle of a cornfield, basically.
Yeah, we changed for the party.
To get ready for the party. Wait, does Jeb doesn't really know any of this. No. So Jeb, ask questions wherever you feel.
Dude.
It is unreleased, yeah. Yes, epic vlog coming, obviously. We are backlogged, obviously. What I'm realizing is our content is going to go straight into like the new year. Like, we will be releasing content into January.
Yeah.
I'm 100% confident in that. It's not even close. It will 100% be happening. Jacket Trades will not die after this summer. So if anyone is wondering that, like, oh, what happens after this? Dude, we'll be releasing content straight through to January. And by that time, I will be graduating from college. And Chris will be on his way back from Canada.
Maneno. I don't know, it felt appropriate.
Because he'll have his citizenship figured out. Jeb, I don't know what he's going to be doing, but...
Jeb's moving to Nashville.
School, yeah.
Jeb's working for the Nashville Predators.
Yeah.
Wait.
I just put it in the universe. Sorry.
Did anyone get that?
Yes.
You heard that?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, Southern Illinois. What did we do there for the first time? Me and you.
Shot some handguns.
Handguns.
We what else did we do?
Well, we went to a nice Southern Illinois party.
Oh yeah, the party.
Yeah.
We met the boys.
We met the boys.
Zach, Tiger.
Yeah. Who just basically farmers. Anyone that's successful around where we were in Southern Illinois are the farmers.
Yes.
Which I didn't know that's like how it was.
Mm-hmm.
Chris played for the Cardinals.
Chris played for the Cardinals, guys. So we went to this party in Southern Illinois, and Chris apparently looks like who?
Harrison Bader on St. Louis Cardinals.
Wait,
also,
are you sure they're from St. Louis?
He plays for St. Louis, not Arizona Cardinals, if you guys are wondering.
Get your lines ready.
Oh my god,
Long
dude.
story. But yeah, dude. He's my twin, apparently.
So then we went to this party, and what did you do?
Obviously, I had to wear my St. Louis Cardinals jersey.
Right. And then you proceeded
I
to...
drew some eyes.
You drew some eyes. People actually thought you were him.
I'm like, dude, I'm fucking not.
Did
Look at me. I'm like a redhead
Dude, tell a
ass.
story. Don't be shy. Did you go with it?
Yes, I went with it. Obviously, I'm not gonna not do it. I literally found out who the guy was the day before, and I'm like, I'm fucking doing that shit like everywhere I go now. Yeah, I went with it.
And
I was like, so
a girl that Chris was talking to that night literally thought through the entire night, and even after we left, that he was still the guy.
You sign anything?
no.
Had no
Sign a
idea.
couple titties, got out of there.
That's what I was
Nothing crazy.
Dude, she had no idea that his name wasn't... What the heck's his name again?
Harrison.
Harrison. Had no idea it wasn't Harrison. So she added him on Snap and Instagram, and then was like, why is your name like different than
so
your
I
actual
don't even know
name?
how she found that in the
What?
first place. My
Your Snap and Instagram? Did you give her a number?
No.
You didn't?
No.
What do you mean?
It literally said she's following me, and I was like, the fuck, dude?
Wait, what do you
Yeah, I
mean?
know. And she like.
Did you give her the
obviously did.
Snapchat, though?
No,
Did Simsy?
Oh, that...
maybe.
No.
But then she would have been
No.
like, why is it not the same person?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
So you don't even know how she got
No.
your info.
It must have been from Simsy.
Well, that was weird. So we were, and then Simsy, we played volleyball and stuff with them at their
Oh,
like
yeah, I
local
forgot
high
about
school,
that.
which was pretty cool. The handgun thing was sick. It was actually like, dude,
Basically,
basically
nipping targets off.
what he said was we could have gotten licensed and carried that day. Like
you serious?
that's how good.
Oh, because of the.
That's how good we were doing.
True.
So we were 25 yards out, and we were hitting targets like legit the size of, I mean,
A ball sack.
a ball sack. That's actually not even that far off.
I know.
It'd be maybe a little slightly larger ball sack, but like we were shooting targets that big. He's like, dude, all you have to do to get licensed and carry is be able to shoot a target like as big as like a torso from this far.
Yeah, so be like.
So he was literally like, you could actually go in, take the test, walk out, and then go buy yourself a gun. Like today, obviously we didn't do that, guys, but it was just kind of cool that we were like that good right off the bat.
American
You know what I mean?
snipers.
Yeah, basically.
That's what they call us. Security.
Chris did let a round go. Chris let a round
I
go.
shot the cornfield instead one time. Because I did a kill shot sideways. And it ripped through the cornfield. And I was like, dude, I hope no one's on the other side of that thing. So, holy shit.
He literally accidentally just ripped a shot into the air. Like,
Was that when you were loading it? Is that what
Yeah.
he thought he was loading it. And it was just like, there was already one in the chamber, so he actually just shot it.
I was like, I'm like, yeah. Okay, watch out, motherfucker.
I meant to do that.
Dude, and then he started to do it again, and the guy was like,
Dude, because he
No,
was
no, 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 no,
explaining some shit. Yeah, whatever, dude. It's fine, okay? Nobody got hurt. We're very good at gun
except
safety.
for whoever's walking in the cornfield.
Except for the scarecrow.
Yeah, the scarecrow. He's got
dude.
a hole in it now. Okay, so we stopped there. So I want to keep it moving so we can get to like the good stuff in Nashville and Louisiana. So we stopped there on the way to Omaha. We're also playing catch up because we missed last week. So we're like including that in this episode. We get to Omaha. We had already bought tickets. Let's start with this. We already bought tickets to College World Series game in Omaha. We didn't buy day two because we're like, we're just going to go out to the bars and watch it on the big screen. There's like this huge screen outside you can watch it on. Everyone goes there, drinks, whatever. So we get there and we had tickets, right? We were getting there late. We parked in a Walmart. We had absolutely no plans. I mean, we had nowhere to stay. We didn't even know what we were doing after the game. The Walmart that we were parking at and sleeping at was like a legitimate drive.
Yeah, it was like
it was
20 miles. Or something.
No.
Or 15.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah,
it was like 4 miles or 4 or 5 miles or whatever. But regardless, though, it's not something that you
It was
can
far.
Right. So when we get to the game, now we're like late. We would have been getting there in like the third or fourth inning, but the game had been delayed because of thunder. So everything happens for a reason. We literally walk in 30 minutes before it even starts, and then we had our seats. We were ready to go. Now it was Mississippi State versus Vanderbilt. It was more like Mississippi State versus a few other people in the stadium.
The stadium was straight burgundy
Like,
with Mississippi State fans.
it was just everywhere. Go Dogs in your go Dogs, baby.
Like people, we were vlogging it too, and people would come up to the camera and just yell in the camera like "Go Dogs!" And we're like,
Even after, so the Mississippi State gets buried that first game.
Yeah.
Because, which we just learned, the pitcher for Vanderbilt that was pitching that first game just got drafted second overall to the MLB. So he stole that game. Vanderbilt also had a couple dingers. Anyway, they ended up winning. But even, like you were saying, we went out after they lost game one of a best of 3 series. And people were just like, Dogs in 3, baby. Dogs in 3. Like going nuts.
Yeah.
So we became, would you say we
instant Dogs fans.
instant Dogs
I
fans?
think we had to. We're
Right.
sitting in the sea of them.
But I'm actually skipping ahead. Because before we got to going out that night, we had to make a decision. I was still on antibiotics at the time for this stupid cut on my knee, and I had to take my last pill. Basically, it's not good if you miss a pill or whatever. So I had to take my last pill. So I'm like, dude, as long as we get back to the van tonight, I don't care. I just gotta take a pill. So it was like, okay, do we go out now, right after the game, or do we go back to the van, and then back out and then drink? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
It was just we were contemplating. So what do we do?
You went out now.
No.
No,
Really?
we were
Incorrect.
going to.
Surprising.
We were going to. But we flipped a coin. The challenge coin. The Jack of Trades coin, I would say. And it was actually between... The reason we were asking this is because we didn't want to Uber. The Uber prices were...
skyrocketed,
Dude.
We checked it when we were in the game, and it was like $10.
$10.
And then it was like 50. And we're like,
For a
Oh, thank
3-4 mile,
Yeah.
whatever it was, drive. We're like, absolutely no way. We're not paying this. We refuse to pay this. Even though, we dropped 4 times that at the bar every night in Nashville. Well, not me. I found a sugar mama. But
I definitely did.
yeah, Jeb is I go, Jeb, you're terrible at handling money. He's like, no, I'm not. It's just when I go out. I'm like, yeah, going out and dropping $400 in a night is not good at not being good
dude,
at
you have to
handling
ball
money.
out. He's gonna ball out.
How to give the mom some shots. How to get that mom
He was
some
definitely
shots.
just tipping some guys at play.
Oh, God.
We got finessed.
Yeah.
But that's
Never-
later on anyways.
Talking about that. Okay, carry on with the story.
So we flipped the coin. It was between trying to hitchhike or walk home or going out. We flip it and the coin says try and hitchhike or walk home. Dude, we pull up right before it. Dude, everything happens for a reason.
Also, this is all filmed, so
All
everyone
filmed.
will see this.
Yes, we will have a
this is a
vlog of this
basketball
coming
player.
out. Oh, yeah, dude. So everything happens for a reason. So we go to hitchhike. Right before the bridge, that is the only bridge that can get you over to where we are staying in the Walmart. We're posted up right in front of that. Probably not a good idea because people are starting to pick up speed right there and not slow down.
Like getting on the highway.
Dude, we were going but there was a place to pull over though.
That's
Which
what
is what we were counting on. We were hitchhiking for how long? It was basically just Chris standing off the street and me just trying to stand in the middle of the street. And he was filming.
It's like 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe.
And then what do you know?
This mother effer pulls up. Rolls down his window. He's like, "Where are you fuckers going?" Like, holy shit.
Legendary already.
No way.
And you could tell he was our age and everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, he picks us up. His name's Kyle. What's his last name? Arrington. He plays. Actually, funny enough, he plays basketball. He played basketball at Siena, which is in New York, right near where I live. He actually played with some guys that played at Aquinas, which is from Rochester. But he picks us up and he starts asking us what we're doing and stuff. We explain to him, we're traveling the country in this van and we just need to get a ride back to the van and we're doing YouTube and social media and all this stuff. He's like, dude, wow, yeah, you guys seem like a vibe. We start talking to him. We're like, yeah, I think we might actually go out tonight after we get back to the van because it was still early. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, you guys want to go out? Let's just turn around. I'm like, yeah, I just need to grab something quick. So he brings us back to the van. We're chilling at the van for a bit with him. Had some brews back at the van.
Yeah.
And, dude, we go out that night with him. And that's the night where people were screaming at the camera, Dogs at 3. Yeah. And, dude, he was... Chris, you want to talk about your height differential?
Dude, he was literally 7 feet tall. How tall? He was 6 what?
6'10".
6'10".
Or 11, something like that.
Yeah. Literally
Sasquatch.
massive, dude.
So
Found it.
Massive.
Well, when I was standing next to him, I looked like a midget. But when Chris was standing next to him, it looked like he was like a little brother or something.
Oompa Loompa action.
Yeah.
Look, actually,
I'm like, dude, get away from me. Okay?
you could
You
see
go
him.
over there.
You
I'll
could
stand
see him
over here.
anywhere in the bar because you just had to look up,
Yes.
and he was there.
He's so tall, dude.
And dude, he let us. He let us. Not only did he take us out that night, he let us crash at his place.
Let us shower,
Little
everything.
little showski, and then he showed us the biggest zoo in the country, second biggest in the world, is the Omaha Henry something Zoo. I don't know. It was incredible. We literally
Yes,
walked
yeah.
like 5 miles, and we were like 60% through it, and then we had to go like to the game. Like that's how long it was. It was so big. It was
And then
massive.
He fell in the ditch and ripped his pants. It made me laugh so hard.
All right, tell the story. Tell
That'll
the story.
be funny as hell.
Tell the story.
No, we'll put it out. We'll clip it up. It'll be funny.
No,
dude.
come on, tell the story.
Dude, he just kept walking. Oh, no. It's because we were on the train
Yeah.
thing. Me and Ryan jumped on this train thing and we were trying to get Kyle to jump on. And then he was like running beside it. And then the thing stopped and he kept like walking backwards. He just freaking fell in a bush and ripped his fucking pants.
Dude, he actually
laughing so hard, dude.
he had like a bruise.
Yeah,
He had like a bruise where this happened.
dude, legit fell in the bush, and I was dying.
Went out again for game 2. That's the one that we watched while we were out, so that was a blast. And then we cheesed out of there. Not only did, oh my gosh, dude, we have so much to talk
shit.
about. I know.
Damn,
I know. Do you know? Would we just think of the same exact
Yes.
thing?
forgot.
So we cheat out of there. We got to go get. Well, basically, we had to get to Nashville by like 9:30 because that's when his flight was getting in. Jebediah. So we're like,
We were literally just gonna drive like as far as we could, and then sleep, and then keep going in the morning.
right. And I'm gonna check the camera while Chris tells the story of what happened right when we got on the road. We were like, oh, we got a couple of hours that we're gonna mess with, and then right when we got on the road, what happens, Chris?
Dude, we stopped. I think we were driving for like an hour, maybe, if that. And we pull off at this gas station, and whatever, getting gas and stuff, getting some waters, and literally right when we're pulling out, I hear like this noise, and it's kind of like a. And I was like, "What the hell is that?" kind of thing. So we keep driving down the road, and this like guy that was passing us was like pointing at the back tire. And I'm like, "Oh shit!" I was wondering when this was gonna happen.
Dude, really be telling me right now I got a flat
So
tire.
yeah, flat tire. We had to pull over, and then that was just a whole mission in itself.
Dude, it took like 3 hours.
because our jack wasn't big enough.
It was like Chris was trying all these things. You're like putting the weight under it and then stacking like wood and then putting the jack back in and then pumping it higher. And he would get like no joke like a centimeter away from getting the tire on.
Yeah,
And
that happened like 5 times.
yeah, I walked to like a service area that was like way behind the gas station, but it was like an 18-wheeler service area. So I was like, "You got like a car jack?" He's like, "I don't know, working on 18-wheelers, man. I don't know if I got it and any of that." And he like found one in the back and like gave it to us, and it ended up working. After you still had to do all this stacking stuff. Basically, Chris changed the tire. I was videoing the whole time.
You got some good photos though. Pretend like you were changing. the
We
tire.
did. We did. Yeah. I pretended like I was changing the tire.
I was like, "Where do I hold it?" Where do I hold it?
I did not fucking ask.
Didn't someone hitchhike? Didn't you hitchhike from there as well back to the van?
Oh yeah.
That dude picked you up.
I was walking out with the new car jack, and this guy's like, "Where are you going? Down the street?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's my van." He's like, "Well, jump in. I'm going that way." I jumped in for like a quarter. No, what probably wasn't even a quarter mile. It was probably short. But oh, I'm getting a call. Who's that from, Jeb?
Chris Wallace.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, we're gonna have to.
Pause it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pause it real quick.
All right.
All right, let it be known. I stopped the podcast for my friend Chris Wallace. Chris Wallace, if you're not listening, I don't know. That sucks because I just stopped it for you. Okay, Chris, we left off at the flat tire.
Yes. After you got picked up.
We got picked up, dropped off. Oh yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
we
it,
already
basically
went
it.
over
And then because of how long it took, then it was like
Then we're like, "Oh shit!"
You
Yeah.
have to drive to come.
We were
get me.
literally getting there when you land.
there's
kinda
so
thing.
much to talk about because you know what happened on that drive.
I know.
The first
Yeah.
switcherooski.
I know. That was.
I
funny.
became bus driver for a solid 2.5 hours.
It was just like a straight shot, and I was like, "Okay, do you want to drive?" Yeah,
And I had taken. Well, I said I was like, no, dude, we can definitely switch. If we drove straight through the night in a regular car, we would have got there at like 7:30. So that mean for us, we were gonna get there at like 8:45 or something like that. So I'm like, dude, let's just do it. I'm crashing. I'm gonna sleep now. When I wake up, we'll switch. First of all, he let me sleep way longer than I thought he was.
Yeah, I felt pretty good.
Because he said a homeless dude scared him at one of the gas stations.
Yeah, so my heart rate was just through the roof after that. I'm like, okay.
Did you throw him a $10 bill too?
Yeah, I threw him 10.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
You didn't
He asked
tell
me
me
to fill
that.
his tank, and I was like, dude, I can barely fill my tank, so you know what? Here's 10.
Literally. No.
He's like, thanks, brother.
You like give him $10. He's like, and you're like, oh crap, I forgot I have to do mine.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually, you want to give me that one back?
You want to give like 5 back, man? Venmo us at Jack of Trades, Jack underscore trades. And dude, why is my mic all? Everything's okay. There it is. What the frick? Anyway, so then Chris woke me up after a while, and we get up, but he doesn't feel comfortable with me going from first to like fourth gear. Like he's like, you're gonna mess it up, you're gonna break it, and I don't want to deal with that. So we did the switcheroo-ski. Chris, take us through the details. How does that
So
work?
here's how it starts. I'm cheeching down
You
the
sound
road.
drunk right now, kind of.
I was just laughing, dude. I'm cheeching down the road. Ryan's like not in the front seat. He's like in the back right here.
But like
So then-
between the two seats, like
Between the two
waiting.
seats, he's like got his hand on me, like he's ready to jump in. So then I put my left foot on the gas, and I shimmy my way over into the passenger seat with my hand on the wheel and my foot on the gas like this, and then I'm like, holy shit, literally no one is driving the van right now. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm like, dude, hurry up, get in.
There was literally no one in the driver's seat. Like
It's
it was
just like this. I'm
empty.
like, this is actually kind of cool. We should do this more.
And so then I like slipped into the driver's seat, got kind of comfortable, and then like Chris sat there for like another 30 minutes probably because he just thought I was gonna like crash it and die right away.
Yeah, I think so.
And then after that, he moved to the back and like tried to sleep, and he woke up to
Ryan yelling my name. I was like passed out, and he's like, Chris, yeah. I'm like, oh shit, and I was like ripped up there, and he's like, it was just brake lights.
all of it. Yeah, there was just like there was something in like something like an accident or something. So in the highway, like I was supposed to be fine for another like 50 miles, or no, 30 miles. I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but like in the highway there was something that went bad.
That's what was like my biggest fear too.
And I was like legit looking at like a next song to pick or something, and then I look up and I just see brake lights, and I'm like, yeah! Literally, I panicked, and I went into straight panic mode. I tried to because he's like, if anything bad happens, just press the clutch in, brake. And I'm like, I went to push the clutch down, I completely missed it the first time.
You just kicked the floor.
I just kicked the
floor. He's like, shit.
And so then we were like there, but like we didn't have enough time to switch, so I just pulled over to the side. And
I'm
then we
like, dude,
switched.
just pull over. Just keep your foot on the clutch and just pull over.
What was the other one? When did I slip?
That's a
That
funny
was-
story. You
What
told
was
me
that?
I
story.
think that was going to Southern Illinois.
No.
Yeah, I think it was.
I thought the first one we did was on the way to Nashville.
No, that was the second one. The first one.
Was-
Dude, it literally was going to Southern Illinois.
Was this
I
when
think.
both you guys were on the
Yeah, it
floor
was.
and no one was driving the vehicle?
But I didn't go in the back then. I did for like a minute, but.
Oh yeah, and it was just like where.
Dumbass.
So when we switched back, gone down to Southern Illinois, I went to do the thing where you put the left foot on the gas and you get in the
Go to
seat and then keep
passenger.
steering. Yeah, except when I was switching between seats, I literally fell backwards, dude. So the van was just going
He's
rogue.
like this. Here's the front seats. Ryan's like switching over, and he goes to switch, and he's like, and no one's driving the van. I'm behind him. He's sitting in the crate like this, and we're like,
No way.
dude, go, get up.
Was it in the ditch?
No, he was like kept pretty straight, and I was like, holy shit. But when he did that, I just went silent. He was like, dude, get the fuck up. You dumbass.
Dude, I didn't know how hard it was to keep your balance when you were going across the thing, so I was just kind of leaning back, and then I'm like, there's nothing here. Boom, like, fly backwards. And then Chris is, like, behind me. Like, I literally would have probably hit him. Yeah, I actually probably,
I was legit right behind
yeah,
him.
like,
I'm
fell into him.
I'm fucked. We can't do anything right now.
My God, dude.
The van was just, like, doing its own thing. Okay. Anyway, we get to Nashville. Wow, this is going to be a long pod because we have a lot to talk about. Actually, on second thought, I think we're going to hold the Nashville, Louisiana for next week, so maybe we can get a little bit ahead, because that is a full podcast in itself. Yes. There's we cannot hold back in that. We can't try and simplify that and crush it into 10 minutes, and we just tried to do that with this, and, well, I don't know how it feels like we've been talking for longer than 10 minutes, but let's close by talking about just our experiences to this point, and how we feel this is going in comparison to the dream list, not in comparison to, but along with the dream list, along with going with energy. Chris, what do you think to this point? We haven't talked about this in a little bit. We've talked a lot about giving what you hope to receive, kindness being currency, and these things that we're learning along the way to read good energy. But what about since last time we talked about that?
Dude, I feel like wherever we go, we not accidentally knock things off our dream list, but they just kind of fall in our lap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're just oh shit.
Although we haven't done that many things on our dream list.
It doesn't really feel like it. Out of 100 things.
Does it worry you? How? It's so weird because what we're doing is we're flowing with energy, meeting strangers, learning about their lives, and learning about the places that they live, the food that they eat, the drinks that they drink. I mean, we were just in Louisiana. We'll talk about it in the next podcast, so make sure you tune in. But we were learning about the hurricane and the purple voodoo, and then the entire, witchery and voodoo kind of things that surrounded historically. So it's not we didn't go to Louisiana, we didn't go to New Orleans and knock something off our dream list, but we went and learned a lot, not only about New Orleans, but Louisiana and the Bayou and the people that live there.
Yeah.
So does it worry you when we're not knocking things off the dream list?
Definitely not. Because that shit, in Louisiana and stuff, dude, the people we met, I would much rather do that than worry about my dream list.
Yeah.
You know
Although fan boating, I guess, wasn't the dream list.
Yeah.
But it fell into our lap.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's also a thing of patience, though, for you guys. You guys are already just starting out, and you've already completed a bunch of it. It's just going to come to you, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just patience.
A lot of them are collaborations as well, which helps when, we grow this into a bigger following. And I think that, this brand is more and more becoming for us being a change agent, being an agent of change. If you want something done in your life, there's going to be a lot of things. There always is. There's a lot of people around you, and society at large is going to tell you how things should go. They're going to tell you what you should specify in. They'll tell you that you want to be comfortable, you want to make money, you then want to buy a house with a white picket fence and have a family and have kids, and they're going to tell you that's how you're supposed to do it. Although then you're going to have 85% of your life completely pertaining to this job that you didn't really want to do in the first place, but you did because society told you needed it to be comfortable, to be happy, to have a house, and to have a kid. So now you're working this job for 85% of your life, to just enjoy the other 15. Mm-hmm. People say all the time, I actually started writing with guys. I'm going to announce it now. We're writing a book about this entire thing. I don't know if I said it in the last podcast.
I don't know if you did.
Something I'm really excited about. I think it's actually going to be one of the bigger pieces of work that we do throughout this entire trip and journey, because not only will you get to hear about the journey in the book, but you'll be hearing about the journey that's going on inside of our minds. I'm writing it from kind of a stream of consciousness, so it's kind of all over the place. All the negativity, all the positivity, the things that we can't talk about on this podcast. It's going to be an X-rated book, some messed up shit happens. But I was writing about that where if you're going to take that job, okay, if you're going to succumb to societal pressures and just fearing failure, if you're going to go after what you want, people have said to me often, well, why don't you just take that job? Why don't you just do that in finance, right? Make enough money so that you can pay for your passions, you can pay for your hobbies, right? You can support yourself in doing those things.
A lot of times it never happens, though.
It never happens. Why does it never happen? Because you are restricted to your job. You can't leave. You're working there in a location, and even if you can leave, it's only on vacation, which to me connotes to if you going to another place, being on a vacation and following something that you're passionate or is your hobby, if that is a vacation or somewhere where you're truly happy, doesn't that not mean that the rest of your life, the other 85% of your life, is what you're miserable with. It's your jail cell. It's the thing that's trying to hold you back from what you're passionate about. If your passion is to travel the world, there are ways to figure out how to travel the world and make money without working a full-time job, if that makes any sense. And so when people say, okay, well, why don't we just make enough money to do this, to pay for this? To me, it's like, because then you're basically working in a prison cell for 85% of your life just so you can live the other 15% free. If I put that option in front of you and it was live comfortably in a prison cell, but then only get to be free 15% of your life, or live slightly uncomfortably but get to follow your passion every day that you live and take a breath, which would you take?
Definitely the second one.
Exactly, but people don't think about it like that because they think about what everyone else is thinking, you know? We got Abby in the house. Abby's in the background. I don't know if she's...
Abby has us in her house.
Abby has us in... Oh, my God, yeah. I should have worded that completely differently. Abby, we met in Texas, and she's been kind enough to let us crash here on this couch. My face might be where Chris's ass is.
It's fine.
Sorry, I feel like we just got deep there, but that's like stuff I've been wanting to do more on the podcast, other than just recapping what we're talking about. So if y'all are still listening to the podcast, thanks for letting me vent for about 10 minutes. But tune in next week so you can hear the continued story. We drove through the night to pick up Jeb at the airport, and then we had an unbelievable time in Nashville for many, many reasons. Did Mike Stud talk to us? Maybe. Did Skis talk to us? Maybe. Did I meet the love of my life?
Tune in next week on the pod.
Peace.
See ya.